guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Jasmine. If you don't know, thank you guys so much for stopping by. You guys, I have finally reached 1,000. Yes, 1,000 subscribers, and I know to some of you guys that's like nothing, but for me that's so exciting because I've been doing this for so long and I really enjoy doing it. So to see that I have finally got to 1,000 is so exciting. So I thank you guys so much for watching, for subscribing, and yeah, today I'm going to be sharing some stuff with you guys. I recently just went to a home buyer's assistance counseling class and I got a lot of information, so I'm going to share that with you guys, especially if you guys are looking to purchase a home for yourself or just, you know, want to get some info about it for maybe later on down a couple years from now. If you guys want to see this video, of course, just keep on watching. Don't forget to thumbs up this video if you like it. Leave me a comment down below and don't forget to subscribe if you're not, and join the family. This is just basically everything that I learned from the class on all the things that we need to do, you know, just depending on when you're looking to buy a home. All of these requirements are probably the same in every state, in every area, but definitely do your research and see what these classes are about, where they give them, where they offer them. I am in the Little Rock metro area here in Arkansas, and their certificate, if you take the class here in Arkansas, it's only good for Arkansas. Like, you can only buy a home in Arkansas. So yeah, definitely do your research and don't be afraid to take these classes and these assistance programs. Like, it's there for you, especially for single moms and single parents. This class is amazing because there are so many funds available out there to single moms when it comes to buying a home. And yeah, take advantage of them. Like, they're there for a reason. So I'm excited. I'm very, very excited. Okay, so I do have a notebook here, nothing fancy, just something that I picked up. It was laying around at the office. So this has all of the info that I need to share with you guys, and you know, all the stuff that I'm gonna need to prepare to buy a home. Let me close my door. My husband in there watching something and it's kind of loud. So yes, first of all, let me just say I'm no professional. I am just now learning. Literally, like yesterday I went to the class and I got a lot of information. I took so many notes, so I wanted to share that with you guys because I know that a lot of you out there may be in the same position as me, wanting to buy a home, have children, you know, and it's just that time to purchase a home, but you may not have all of your resources to do so. And so basically I went to a home buyer's assistance class, and it's a 4-hour class, maybe 5 hours. And basically you're going to speak with people that are going to help you with budgeting, going to help you lay out what all you need to purchase a home. Lenders are going to be there, and realtors. And you guys, I learned so much, and I'm so glad that I took 5 hours out of my Saturday to go because I got so much knowledge, and I'm like super ready. Me and my husband are so excited and ready to purchase a home because living in an apartment right now with 3 children it's working, it's fine, but you guys, you know, you just want your own, like your own yard and all of that stuff. So we are excited, you know, about getting to that point. But I do want to share some stuff with you guys. I'm gonna just set this to the side because I do want to say there are so many funds available to us people out there, and a lot of us don't realize it, and a lot of us are too, I feel like, embarrassed or ashamed to say they needed assistance or they took assistance. And your girl is not ashamed to say that at all because the funds are there. As of right now, they are there. They were almost got taken away during this last tax break, or whenever they were like, when the government shut down, they almost threw out this program. But thankfully I didn't, because now, as of now, we can continue to use it. So basically, I went through an organization in my area called In Affordable Housing. And basically what it is a class, like I said, for 4 or 5 hours. And they tell you all this stuff. You sit there, you learn all this information. At the end of the class, you get a certificate. And the certificate guarantees your down payment and your closing cost for your house. That's right. Let me repeat myself. Your down payment and your closing costs for your house. Now, there are different programs. I want to say I think there's 6 different programs that you may fall into. There are income guidelines, and they go by household number. So I can't remember. I didn't even write all the programs down. I don't know why I didn't. But there's about 6 different programs, and I'm sure you can look it up on Google to where you may fall under. And if you look at one chart and you're over the income limits because you make too much with your husband or your spouse or whoever, you can look at another chart. And there's a lot of funds out there, even for married couples. And as you guys know, me and my husband, we did not qualify for one of the programs because our income was more. But there's another program that we qualify for. So that you just have to do your research, and don't be scared to ask. You know, I think, like I said, you know, people get that pride gets involved, and they think, oh, you know, I don't want, you know, to get no help or anything like that. But buying a house is a lot of money. It's going to cost you a lot of money. So if there's a class out there available to you and a program that will pay your down payment and your closing costs up to $10,000, why wouldn't you do it? And now I say up to $10,000, but it just depends on, like I said, which program you qualify for. So why wouldn't I do that? Because then the money that we are saving for a house, we can use not on a down payment, not on closing costs, but on the house. So I can use it on decor, on appliances, you know, things like that. And that's even more exciting because I'm like, I have this money saving up. That is my money. I don't have to do, you know, anything else with. It's going to go to my house, but it's not going towards, you know, closing costs and things like that. So that's so exciting to know. That's a good thing to remember when you are going through this type of program. You don't want to just not save any money because they're giving you money, but you want to definitely save because you need that emergency fund. You need, you know, those savings anyways when you're showing all of your documents. But I'm going to show you guys and go over these notes that I have here. And like I said, I am no professional, and I might sound really, really confusing, and if I do, I am so sorry. Other videos, if you guys are interested in that, once I get more knowledgeable. But so yeah, I have this folder here, and it just has like different, you know, pockets and things. So, ow! My foot. Okay, so this is all of my notes here and here. I say I take a lot of notes, but you know, this is basically everything that I need to know, that I needed to know taking from the class or whatever. And like I said, we're going to meet with the realtor and all that stuff really soon and get like everything down packed. So basically let me just go down the line of the things that we learned. So basically, when we first got to the class, we all kind of introduced ourselves and told the reasons why we wanted a home. And basically everybody said the same thing. It's time to invest in ourselves and just stop giving away money with rent. And everybody said what rent amount that they paid. So for us personally, I don't pay rent right now, and that is because my husband is a police officer, and so we live for courtesy. We live for free rent because he is like security here. So that's one of the pluses of, you know, him being a police officer and things like that. But we have paid rent in the past, so we know what it's like to have to pay rent or mortgage. But we know what it's like, and we also are paying almost $1,000 in daycare, so we know what it's like to have to come up off some money. So everybody introduced themselves, and then they started talking to us about the basics of buying a home, what your credit needs to be, things that are on your credit report that are going to affect you, you know, the whole shebang. And I'm not going to go too into detail on that in this video. I'm going to touch on what I have here. Different things meant as far as like mortgage, you know, property insurance, taxes and all that stuff, what makes a payment, what is involved in your mortgage payment. And it's still a little bit confusing for me, like I don't remember everything, but we learned all of that, so you will learn all of that in the class. And then yeah, they broke down from day 1 to day 60, 45 to 60 when you purchase your home. And basically day 1 doesn't start until you sign your contract on a home. Like you find a home, you want that home, you put a contract on it, that's when day 1 starts. That's when you say, I want this home, and then I close on this home. So I'm not at day one yet because I have some things that I need to work on my credit before I want to go and apply for a house and get pre-qualified. Now my credit is pretty okay right now. I want to get it higher, me and my husband both. So process, I feel like in Jesus' name it's going to be so easy and so smooth because our credit is not in horrible position. Mind you, there are people with 580s and 620s that are able to purchase a home. That's what I was told. But there's other factors that go into that. Now, I want my score to be almost 700s, to be honest, to get me started. And then obviously I will keep trying to build my credit. I don't want to shoot too high of like saying, oh, I'm going to have a 720 when I buy a house. Like, I don't want to get unrealistic because I have, I just don't want to do that. So day one starts when you put a contract on your home. Everything that after you take the class and you fix your credit, or if your credit's already where it needs to be, when you go to a mortgage lender, you're going to need to turn in your tax statements for 2 years, and then they're going to need 2 months of bank statements, and then 1 month of each person's check stub. And then so basically you're going to want to always keep all the information together and handy with you at all times, because you never know when you might need it, or when your realtor might need it again to send to the lender. So you always want to have that. And I'm really thinking about getting a flash drive, scanning everything to it, and having it handy on my computer at work. That way I always have it ready to go. So, we just learned so much. We learned that your bank statements need to show all deposits being made, nothing cash. So I didn't know that they don't count cash, so because they can't track it. And so I didn't know that at first, but now I know they need to see deposits, like where the money is coming from, because really Harry over here can have given me $500 and I put it in the bank thinking they're not going to ask me where did this $500 come from, but then they're going to be like, well, it's just not traceable basically. So it needs to be like a traceable deposit, and gather all those documents. Like I said, that's what you want to do in the beginning. You want to do all of that and brainstorm and all that stuff before you even get to the lender. So that's what we're doing right now. We got all our documents together. Now we're just trying to get our credit like tip-top shape. So yeah, the day one starts, and this video is probably going to be all over the place because, like I said, I'm not a professional and I'm still learning, but I wanted to share what I learned with you guys. So day one starts when you begin your contract. And then right after that, your home inspection should be done 1 to 3 days after you sign your contract. Now this is going to run you anywhere from $220 to $300. So, and this will be out of your own pocket. So, which is another good thing about having that money saved up, period. Like, just because they're giving you money does not mean you need to just be like, I don't need no money. You want to have these funds available because you're going to have to come out of pocket a little bit. So that's that. 14 to 17 days after you sign your contract, the lender may start doing the appraisal, and that is going to cost you about $450 to $500, and you got to come out of pocket for that as well. So once you sign your contract, you're going to want to start the inspection ASAP, which within the first 5 days. Typically, they say that they want you to do it between the next day to the third day, because you're going to have to pay almost $300. And then 15 days, they're going to want to do the appraisal, and that's going to cost you another $450. So you want to kind of break up your spending, because you don't want to have to come up off of $750. You might not be able to do that. So you want to do the home inspection as soon as possible before they even do the appraisal, because you will have to pay for both, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Okay. So also, she said also soon after signing your contract, which is between 1 to 3 days, you're going to start wanting to get some insurance estimates and pick one. And you're gonna want to get one that has a $1,000 deductible. I'm not going to go into details about that, but yes, just pick one with a $1,000 deductible. So, and then she said around day 10, you may not hear much from the realtor, the lender, or anything because it's processing. Your contract is processing. Your loan is processing. This is when you're probably going to get really anxious and nervous because you're like, well, in the beginning, I was getting all these phone calls about appraisals and home inspections and yada, 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 and now you're not hearing anything. So you're going to be like, oh my God, is everything okay? So she said that I would probably be getting a little anxious, but it's okay. Okay, then she said and now I don't know if I mentioned this, but this is from day 1 to day 45 to 60, just depending on how long it takes for you to close. Typically, she said that it was about 45 to 60 days that it can take to close. Now, it may not be like that for everyone, but for most people that she's seen, it's been that long. So from day 21 to day 27, that's when your underwriter is going to begin looking at all of your info with a fine tooth comb. And if you don't know what an underwriter is someone who comes in and looks at those bank statements. Like I said, they're looking at every deposit that came in for 2 months. They're looking at money's going out, what you're spending. They're looking at if you're going into the negative constantly, how many fees are using with your overdraft protection. And I know that sometimes, if you have overdraft protection, you use it. That's what it's there for, but it's really not good to use it all the time because you do accumulate fees and they can see that on your bank statement. And so she said, if you can avoid any overdraft, using your overdraft at all, or open a new bank account if it's that bad. That way they don't see those fees and that money just not being there. So yeah, so day 21, day 27, that's when the underwriter is looking at all that information. Also, the title company that they go through or whatever, they're going to be looking if you have any judgments or liens on you, and if the seller does. So basically, if you have been sued or if you're being sued, they're going to find out, and they're going to be like, you ain't buying a house until you pay who you owe, because basically, you know how you think, oh, I owe so-and-so from however long ago and it's old, they won't remember that. No, it always catches back up with you, and they can find that information out. So make sure, she gave me the website. You just have to check with your county courthouse or whatever to see if to search your name to see if you owe anything. But yeah, I don't, so that's all good. And then, also the underwriter is going to be looking at your bank statements and your employment history. They want you to have at least been working for 2 straight years. It doesn't matter if it was at the same job or not, but as long as you were working for 2 years, you're all good. And then the day before closing, which is about 45 to 60 days, they're going to re-pull your credit to make sure that you are still as good as you were when they first pulled it on day 1, or whenever you went to be. I don't even know if I mentioned it, but when you go get pre-qualified, they're going to run your credit and see where you are, see what you can afford, basically. And then the day before you close, they're going to pull it again to make sure there's no more debt, basically, added to your report, or there's not anything else added on your report that, may be a negative. So it's really important to remember, not to go out buying anything on your credit cards or anything like that, because they are going to pull that credit report again. Don't do anything when you're in the closing process, because any little thing can stop you from closing, and then you're going to be looking like, your feelings are going to be hurt. All right. So she also said that, let me try to think right quick. So she did say, I think when the underwriter starts looking at all of your info, if there's something that they realize that they see on your bank statements, on your tax returns, on your whatever, your W-2s, if they see something and they're like, wait a minute, and they stop the process, it's going to suck, because you have already come out of pocket for that home inspection and for that appraisal, and you don't get that money back. So it's really important to do all your research in the beginning and to make sure everything is good. Make sure that there's not going to be anything that they say, hold up, because then you're gonna be out of money and you're gonna have to start all the way over from step one, and you're gonna have to 9 times out of 10 wait a whole bunch of months, maybe even a year, until you start the process again. And so that would be very heartbreaking. So just do all of your research and make sure everything's all good in the beginning. Also, make sure you're all good. Don't own nobody. Don't be out here, you know, getting sued and act like you don't know. So yeah, basically that's the gist of it all. For FHA loans, you know, there's different loans, conventional loans, all that stuff, rural development. For FHA, which is basically what we touched on, you have, I think, 3.5% down payment. Credit score, I think it's 620, 640. I think it's 620 for FHA. I think they will even take a 580. But there is a down payment of 3.5%. But they are looking for, on FHA loans, they don't look at your medical debt under $2,000, and they don't look at any debt that's under $2,000, to be honest, or medical debt under $2,000. So, you know, if you have hospital bills and things like that on your credit report, you don't have to be too worried about it. You might still, if you're making payments and stuff on it, you might still want to take care of it, but they're not looking at it. Me personally, I think we're going to shoot for the rural development because it's 0 down payment. But yeah, you have to, it's a little bit stricter on the to be approved for the loan. It's a lot stricter terms, and like your debt to income ratio is a lot like more strict too. So you want to just do your research on different types of loans. You know, FHA, rural development, is up to you. It's what you basically can qualify for. Now we're gonna shoot for rural development, but like I said, it really doesn't matter because we're getting the money anyways. Like at the end of the class, I forgot to mention, at the end of the class, you will get a certificate that looks like this, and it's basically good for a year. So you have a whole year to get your stuff together and purchase your home. Otherwise, you have to take the class all over again, and then you'll get another certificate. I don't believe there's like a certain amount of times that you can take the class and get a certificate, but I know why would you want to take the class again, you know? So yeah, this video, hope it was really informative. Let me know if you guys like this type of video. Leave me some comments down below if you have any questions, so I can, you know, pinpoint and really discuss with you guys, because I know this video is probably all over the place and I didn't get to really touch on everything. But yeah, I'm excited. Mark my words, you guys. We're gonna be in a house really soon. And, you know, we're gonna do it on our own terms and not rush into anything. But we are so excited. I'm so excited. We actually went and looked at 2 houses yesterday, and I'm like stuck on. I don't really know which one I liked more. Like the whole process, I'm excited for, and I will take you guys with us the entire step of the way. But yeah, thumbs up this video if you liked it, and I guess that's it. I guess I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.